Warning: the following program is intended for a mature audience. It may contain language or opinions that are not suitable for some listeners.
This week on the show, the Notre Dame tragedy is causing people to hallucinate. A Canadian family drove across America with a dead body in their car. We'll tell you why. And what's the best way to get coffee? A woman in Tennessee had a very interesting take on that. That plus much more. It is April 21st, 2019. This is the 2 Cent Show. Hey guys, welcome to the 2 Cent Show. How you doing out there? Are your nipples greasy today? If they're not, I suggest adding some butter because we're gonna need it for this goddamn show. I'm telling you what. My name is To the Randy Gryphon. I'm your host, and here with me as always is Featherhoof. How you doing, my horsey buddy?
I'm doing fantabulously.
Fantabular. Well, now, I understood that, you told me earlier that your week has been a little bit, rough.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, we've had, the London protests are going on. They're still going on. People are literally, this isn't just a protest where they're holding signs and marching around. They're literally super gluing their hands to the streets. So to block traffic, and they're blocking traffic. They're causing like hundreds of thousands of people not to be able to get to work. And it's like, and what is their cause? Well, climate change. And what's their answer to it? We don't have one. Just climate change. So none of you can get to work. And it's like, what are you doing?
So their solution to stopping people from polluting is to have them all gridlocked on the road polluting. Yeah,
just pumping out fucking carbon dioxide in the air for no reason. Yeah. So
wow.
There was that. There was Notre Dame, of course. Notre Dame. I'm sorry for those of you who complained. Notre Dame burning down.
Oh, it's actually Notre Dame?
It's Notre Dame.
Oh.
Notre Dame. And the Notre Dame Cathedral. And of course, there were people on both sides. There were people on the extreme, this religion that were saying, yay, screw them, fuck the Western world. And there were people on the right saying, or on the other side saying, well, this is a symbol of, religiousness. You know what? I'm not on either. It's a historic building that burned down. That should be sad to everyone. That should be a sad thing to everybody.
Like religion aside, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
This is a landmark, regardless, separate of whatever religion it's tied to. This is a symbol.
Exactly. And if Egypt is I think a predominantly Muslim country. If the pyramid, I don't guess it can catch on fire, but if for some reason if it exploded, I wouldn't care about the Muslim ties to that. I'd just be like, oh my God, we've lost one of the world's major historical things here, and I am sad. But there have been people this week that are like, no, it's good, no, it's bad because religion. It's like, oh man, people are so crazy. But you're not crazy. That's why you listen to the show, because we're going to give you the news, kind of in a balanced way. We're not gonna go one way or the other. We're just gonna look at the shit and laugh, because that's what we do here. Speaking of which, let's start the world news. Pardon me. Oh, there we go. It's a real show. Yeah. Real show now. Many social media users are convinced that the outline of Jesus Christ seemed to appear in the devastating fire which engulfed the historic Notre Dame Cathedral on Monday morning. The claim was first put out by Leslie Rowan from Alexandria, Scotland, who wrote in a now deleted Facebook post, quote, I may be letting my mind play tricks on me here. Folks, take a close look at this picture and what do you see? And I'm going to show the picture up here on the screen there. Along with the post, she shared a picture of Notre Dame in Paris with a portion of it encircled. According to the Daily Mail, the post was quickly flooded with comments from other, get this word, netizens.
Whatisms?
Netizens. They're not citizens, they're netizens because they're on the net.
Oh, God, no.
I hate... Okay. There's one word, I'm gonna just take a little apart from this. There's one word that Ben Shapiro loves to say, and he made it up, and I've got to go with it. Journalisming. He says, what wonderful journalisming. And this is journalisming, netizens. The word netizens is just journalisming. Who agreed with Leslie. Quote, I can see it pretty clear, gown and all, wrote one commenter according to Daily Mail. Yeah, I saw it straight away. It's Jesus, said another. Quote, when I took at it, I see a silhouette of Jesus. I really see a vivid image, Leslie explained in the Daily Record. I shared it and asked for people's opinions. Even my brother in Australia said it looked like Jesus. Now, I'm showing it on the screen. If y'all can see Jesus in that, then amazing. Quote, I feel like it would bring comfort to people in Paris and all over the world at this sad time. What? Does Jesus not have anything better to do than to show up in the form of fire in a burning building? Does Jesus Christ really care about the buildings that we build so much?
If he does, he sure as hell picks a weird time to show up. It's
well,
like,
yeah.
It's like, I'm Jesus. I can give inspiration and hope to anyone at any time, but I'm gonna do it as it burns to the ground.
Exactly. He could have showed up there when it wasn't burning to the ground. That would have been amazing. But no, he shows up when it's burning to the ground. And here's the funny thing: if people see Jesus in the clouds, they go, "Oh look, that looks like Jesus." If people see Jesus in a fire, they go, "Oh look, that is Jesus." What the fuck? Why don't they realize that people put, they're used to seeing images. Their brains make images out of stuff. If you saw a pirate ship in that fire, would you be like, "Oh my God, there was a pirate ship in Notre Dame"? Holy God. No, of course, nobody would do that. But if it's Jesus, then yes.
I'll tell you, I'll one up you there. If you look closely at the picture, you zoom in real close, you can see aliens.
Well, you know what I saw? I saw a fucking bacon cheeseburger. I saw a bacon cheeseburger in the damn thing. That's what I saw. Bacon cheat. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's good.
I've been following the social media circus around this thing. There's the people who are all like, "Oh, it's sad, and we need to be solemn about this." But then there's the nut jobs who just come out of the woodwork. One of my favorite ones, I saw it on Twitter. This woman goes, she's like, the wood burned around it, but the altar and the cross were perfectly fine. After seeing that, I don't know how any of you don't believe in God. God saved the altar and the cross.
Well, now it's the bees.
Someone retweeted that, and they commented, yeah, that's probably because gold melts at 1600 Celsius, whereas wood only burns at 600. That might have something to do with it.
The science may. Well, and now it's the bees. Over the last
bees.
Yeah, over the last day or two, it's like the bees. A beehive that was apparently nested in part of the cathedral survived. And this is a sign of God because the bee. You know what? If the bees had all burned, that would have been a sign of God. Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
That would have been a sign. It's like if the bees had all died, now I'm a little bit convinced there may be a God. But God let the bees live? No. That doesn't
Absolutely
work.
not.
Nope,
That's proof right there that Jesus was not present.
Exactly.
If he was, you would have floated up to the roof, grabbed the bees, and get down.
Get into the fire, stupid bees. I don't like what I don't like how my father created you. It's needle butts. What the fuck? It's a bastard. Anyway, on to Florida.
Oh no.
But no, it's not a native Florida story.
Oh.
This is a story about Canadians. A Canadian family decided to keep driving when its 87-year-old patriarch died in the back seat of the car while returning home from Florida vacation this last month to avoid paying for U.S. health care.
Wow!
When Ferdinand Drapeau's wife and son reached the U.S.-Canada border on March 31st, authorities stopped and searched the car. Inside, they found Drapeau, who had apparently died of a heart attack at least a day before arriving at the border. The family cited the high cost of U.S. health care, plus the cost of shipping the body back to Quebec, as the reason for not stopping at a hospital. Border officials said that was the first time that such an incident has occurred. No charges have been filed in this case. Authorities are continuing to investigate. But let me tell you, this is telling. This is telling. When a loved one, when a family member dies in the back of your car, unless you're going to Wally World. Unless because I gotta make the Wally World reference here. I gotta do it.
We have a real life example of national lampooning.
We have an actual example of National Lampoon's Vacation now.
It's real.
But the sad part is that this actually really happened because American health cost is so notoriously bullshit.
Yes.
That people will drive with a dead body in the back of their car just to get back to their own country to avoid, because they know that they're gonna, if they stop somewhere at a hospital, they're gonna be soaked for $20,000-$30,000.
Absolutely. Minimum.
Their entire life savings are gone. Their kids' fucking, college fund, it's gone.
Yep.
Their house, they could be homeless.
I have a question.
Yes?
Canada has health insurances, yes?
Canada is, as far as I know, they have universal health care.
So they don't have, like, health insurances and whatnot?
They do have health insurances, but they also, like supplemental insurances that you can actually opt into. But they have universal health care for all Canadian citizens. As far as
I was just wondering, like, would, like, health insurance, like, in Canada, like, translate to here? Like, if they tried to go to a hospital here with the Canadian health insurance?
Well, I don't know. The fact is, I don't know. But the problem here is that it doesn't really matter. The point is that there were Canadians that were so afraid of American healthcare costs that they drove with a dead body in their car all across America to get back home before they, would actually report this.
And there was nothing the hospitals would have been able to do for them at all. I mean, he was dead. And he was dead. Let us admit this dead body and, we'll perform tests that are going to cost you thousands of dollars. And, nope, still dead. Give us our $1,000, please.
Oh, wait, we need more tests. We need more tests. We need to do an MRI to make sure he's dead. That's going to be a $20,000 MRI. Wait, nope, he's still dead. Okay, and you get out of there and you got a dead person in your car, and now you're just $30,000 in the hole. So, it's one of the, you guys know me, Hoofy, you know me. I am not left or right. I'm not extremist anything. There are some good ideas that come from the left. There are some ideas that come from the right. There are bad ideas that come from both, especially right now. Huge amounts. One good idea that I think is coming from the left right now is universal health care for the United States.
Agreed.
Practically every other, modern country in the West. Slovenia, Slow-fucking-Venia has universal health care. Almost all of Europe has universal health care. Canada, universal health care. It's just, there's no reason we can't have this.
And I mean, I might be very biased in that direction, but might be because I have a wife who has Crohn's, and her medications, if we had to pay out of pocket, we're looking at $4,000 a month.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Stupid.
Oh, well. We're going to move on to Tennessee now. Now, okay, Hoofy, let me ask you this.
Yes?
When you want a cup of coffee, do you ever want coffee?
Hell no.
You don't like coffee?
It's weird. I like the smell of coffee. When coffee's brewing, I was like, oh, that smells amazing. But then I put it to my lips and go, oh,
okay, you're one of those people. You're one of those people who like the smell of pot, but you don't want to take. You're a poser. That's what you are.
I don't know. I've never had pot yet. Yet.
Well, let me tell you what. If you were going out for a cup of coffee,
okay,
what would you do? How would you go out for a cup of coffee?
I would go to a coffee shop. I'd go up to the barista and say, hello, I would like some coffee, please.
Well, a woman in Tennessee, she decided she wanted a cup of coffee from Waffle House, which I don't know why.
Wow.
So, what she did was she went to Walmart. She stole an electric shopping scooter and she went out to ride it to Waffle House to get a cup of coffee. Sally Chevy, 45, was arrested and charged with theft Friday after police pulled her over on the highway. In front of Crossville for taking the electric scooter on a joyride. Selby was spotted on the surveillance video entering a Walmart about 4:15 a.m., getting into the scooter and riding it around the store as she shopped. Then she drove the scooter out of the store. About half an hour later, appeared to do what was a test run around the parking lot before riding it onto Highway 127. Cops caught up with Selby, around 5 a.m. I don't know how it took them 45 minutes to catch up with her on a cart, but after receiving reports of a woman driving a scooter on the highway in the slow lane. At least she was in the slow lane. At least she took the slow lane. The scooter was eventually returned to Walmart. So yeah, but that is apparently how you get coffee in Tennessee. I don't know.
I have so many questions. Like, wait, how did she get to the Walmart to begin with?
Yeah, why didn't she just steal a cart to ride to the Walmart to steal another cart to ride to the...
Oh my god, I hope that to be the case.
Why?
She stopped at Target. She stopped at Target, got a cart from there so she could ride to Walmart. Stole the Walmart cart.
Stole a Walmart cart. A Walmart fat cart to drive herself to the goddamn Waffle House. By the way, going to Waffle House to get a cup of coffee, stealing a cart to drive to Waffle House to get a cup of coffee is like paying $500,000 to get your kid into USC. I'm sorry. that's I know that's a thing lately. It's like it was USC. You paid $500,000 to get your kid into fucking USC? What's wrong with you? But
you know what I call this? I call it a cry for help.
Maybe so.
Who gets Waffle House coffee voluntarily? Let alone gets an elaborate plan to go there.
I don't know. I don't know who goes to Waffle House voluntarily. I mean, like I told you last time on the show, that's where I learned that my parents were wrong. Whenever you see truckers eating there, it's good. Nope. Nope. So, yeah. Anyway, in our last story, and by the way, I'm gonna start like kind of a new thing here on the 2 Cent Show.
Ooh.
And it's going to be periodic, not every show, but every now and then it's going to be What's racist today? Well, I'm going to tell you what's racist today. Are you curious about what's racist today?
Morbidly curious.
Well, last week we should have had one because it was time.
Yes.
Time was racist. Well, here's a wonderful news story. One grocery store chain's attempt to create a multi-flavored, limited edition Easter treat has now become the center of a fiery Twitter debate on the intersection of political correctness and race. Waitrose, a large UK-based chain of markets that sells gourmet items. Now pay attention very closely. Released several spring themes items for Easter this year. Among the Easter spiced fudge, choco, eggs, avocados, bunnies, and chicks was a chocolate trio of Easter ducklings. Okay. The assorted ducklings appeared in milk chocolate, which was a light brown, a white chocolate, which was a dyed white yellow, and a dark chocolate, which was a deep brown decorated with pink splatters.
Ooh.
Now, in March, one shopper observed that each of the ducklings had a particular attribute and a special name. The milk chocolate duck was named Crispy, the yellow was named Fluffy, and the dark chocolate duck was named Ugly. Can we see where this is going?
I see it, and I already have my counter arguments. Go ahead. Please.
Crispy, you know what? You're going to get the first say on this when we're done. Crispy, Fluffy, and Ugly, trio of ugly ducklings, or trio of Easter ducklings, I'm sorry, at Waitrose. This is a quote, by the way. Ugly is the dark one on the right, overheard by women saying, "This is not right." I agree, this doesn't look good at all. A person with the account name of Livia A. Alberti tweeted on March 7, thousands of other opinions. Why? #ugly. Apparently, Alberti wasn't the only person who thought the package labeling was off, as the supermarket chain made a few modifications to the chocolate ducklings packaging. Now, none of the ducks have a name. On April 5th, Alberti followed up with a post thanking Waitrose for making the switch. Now, you go. You seem to have go ahead. You seem to have a lot to say. Go.
It has purple splotches all over it. It is called Ugly, the Ugly Duckling, a fantasy story told to children throughout the millennia of the Ugly Duckling.
They don't get that. The news story went on to mention that the company that was making this was actually going for that. Was actually going for the Ugly Duckling, but apparently nobody has been told that story any fucking more.
Now, I can see all the names. The only one I can't understand is Crispy, unless it's like it has like it's a Nestle Crunch Bar sort of deal, like it's a crispy in it. But like Fluffy, you said it was like white chocolate dyed yellow. Little baby ducklings are fluffy.
Yes, they are
fluffy. The Ugly Duckling, he had little purple splotches on him.
Pink, yeah, but pink, close enough. Yes.
He's an ugly duckling. What is racist about that? It is the 3 types of chocolates: milk, white, dark. There's nothing racist about dark chocolate.
Well, apparently that's what's racist today. If you have a piece of chocolate that has one color in it that is a dark brown, and you name that chocolate ugly, you're a racist. So, folks, that's our racism for today. Now you know you're a racist if you have a piece of chocolate and you name it ugly. So there you go. My God, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Dark chocolate is a little bitter. It's a little bitter. So am I racist if I call that little dark chocolate duckling bitter?
Oh, yes.
Is that racist too?
Absolutely. You're so racist. You want to drag Chinese people from the back of your truck now because
am I saying that all black people are bitter people because the dark chocolate was bitter?
You know what? I guarantee you, no black people I know, and probably the majority of black people, are probably pointing at white people and laughing about this. Mm-hmm. I've never known a black person that would get upset about something like this, ever. Oh, man. But it's just getting crazy. It's only white people that do this. It's only white people that are causing this horse shit.
Yeah. That drives me up the wall. I mean, it's like, okay, what about the yellow duckling? Can we say that it's like, are we calling Asian people fluffy? Oh, how could we do that? Really?
No. Yeah, it's just... Oh, man. I'm very fascinated by what every day becomes racist. Because at this point, there's nobody in the world who's not a racist. Nobody.
Dude, one day, someone will be in an elevator, a white person will be in an elevator with a black person, and just squeak out a little fart, and someone else is going to be like, that was racist! That was a race-motivated attack of gaseous, weapon of, air destruction.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I am disappointed, my friend. I am disappointed in our country. I'm disappointed in our Western world, like I always am, but that's okay. At least we still have a few good things. We have butter, we have bacon, we have good pizza. So I'm gonna keep a stiff upper lip. And we have what?
And we have chocolate.
And we do have chocolate, but we can't have chocolate because that's racist.
Well, I'm still gonna eat it. Fuck it.
I don't care. If eating chocolate is racist, then fucking I'm a racist. Fine. I don't care.
Yep.
Anyway, on to WTF Theater, guys. Let's check out what we got today. First picture. This is...
What?
This is the emotional support shoe.
Whoa! What is...
Now,
that girl...
I'm more concerned about the girl's unibrow.
What?
Than anything.
What happened there?
I don't know, but that's a unit. She's like from the Munsters or something.
Came off I think she was like supposed to be like a child actor on a caveman show or something.
I can tell you though that this is not from America because, okay, if you read the whole thing, it says gender natural, which I'm sure they meant gender neutral, but they said gender natural, emotional support shoe, clams and soothes. And then the kid is saying, I'm love mine shoe. So, you know what though? I really wish that there's more people that would adopt this instead of bringing, a fucking emotional support German Shepherd on a plane. Just maybe a shoe, that would be good.
So long as it's not a used shoe.
Well, I don't care. People have used shoes on. As long as it can't bite me or cause allergies, I'm fine. Anyway, next picture. Now, that is a toilet who's enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say anything about that. It looks like he's smoking a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good with that. Next picture. And that is the NASA picture of the black hole in a wallet. And gotta tell you, that's personally my financial situation. I don't know about you.
I feel it. That is absolutely where I'm sitting right now.
Yep, that's about right. Next one.
What?
I think every parent needs this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And every non-parent needs this thing. Anybody, any person who just discovers a disruptive, noisy child needs to be able to do this and just throw them down a garbage chute somewhere. That's just my personal opinion, but oh well.
Do you really think the Rings toy would really lure in a child these days, though?
I don't know.
It would have to be an iPad playing whatever the latest kids show is.
Gotta put an iPad in there.
Yep.
Next picture. Now, wait a minute. You gotta read this whole thing, okay? You gotta.
Great for kids.
Great for kids. It's the funeral kazoo. Comforting sounds. Drowns out sobs and wails. Better than bagpipes. And at the very bottom, sorry for your loss.
No, I love the part that drowns out sobs and wails. It's like, fuck you, assholes. You mourning over your lost loved one. God,
oh, look.
Jesus, I'm so tired of listening to you.
Your family member has died. Drowns out sobs and wails. Oh my God.
Could you imagine the eulogy? It's like, we come here today to mourn the passing of...
Oh my God, that is amazing. I want this thing. I want it. And I want to take it to some funerals. I really do.
I now know it's in my will. Whatever happens at my funeral, this is getting passed out to everyone who comes in that funeral home.
Okay, you know what? If chances are you won't, but if you die before me, I swear to God, I will play that thing loud and proud at your funeral and drown out all the goddamn sobs and wails from your family. I will do that.
I appreciate it.
Next picture.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, okay, the photo replacements are getting a little weird. Have you seen? Okay, the iPhone does this.
Oh, does it?
It can do photo replacements, but it usually does it between faces.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll confuse a face for other things.
Yeah.
And it confused this guy's body and his tits and his belly button for another face, and so it just replaced, and there you go.
Yeah.
That's what the phone did.
I think the phone has some weird fetishes.
The guy on the left looks like a Hiroshima survivor. I'm just gonna say right now.
He looks like? He looks like that shitty E.T. knockoff movie, Mac and Me.
Oh God, you're right. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's crazy. All right, next picture. This is my favorite one of today, guys.
I want it.
Ages and up. Just ages is up.
They just
Leg, just leg. By the way, it's a man's leg.
and like, yep.
And it includes foot. It's just there you go. Just a
the part that
leg.
confuses me a little bit. I'm looking at the silhouette in the top right-hand corner. Where's that either it's supposed to come with bell bottoms that they didn't include, or it's got a weird fucking growth coming out of that.
Could have
ankle
some
of his.
that could be gout. Look, I know this stuff. That could be gout. That could be craziness. But
It's one hell of a toy.
just a leg. That's all you get. My God.
Do you think they sell the rest of the doll separately, like by body
probably-
part?
Arm, just an arm. It's a man's arm. That just includes hand. Anyway, on we go. Next picture.
Oh God, I get. Oh, okay. Took me a minute.
Now this is apparently is like a coffee table book. Straight copying charts, a guide to field identification.
You want to try that again?
I just. Now look at look at the bottom. There's a barcode. It's been scratched out, but you can clearly see it's from the public library. It says public library.
God. Akron Summit County Public Library.
Yes. So this is it's an actual book.
I want to contact this author and just ask why.
I want to contact this author and buy one. I want one of those. I would love to have that.
As a former somebody who used to collect the shopping carts at his local Kmart, this book both angers and terrifies me.
All right, next picture. Vaccinate your crotch goblins. You know, this to me is not, it's not funny. It's not ironic. This is just something that is true.
Yes.
This is just absolutely true.
But it's still funny.
It's funny because it's true. I mean,
Yep.
everybody in the world
verbiage they
should have
used.
that thing on the back of their goddamn car at this point. Oh my
It'd be
God.
nice. Well, no, I think we should live in a world where we don't have to put that on the back window of our car.
Well, that would be nice. You got a point there. Got to give you
Yes.
that. Anyway, next picture. Final picture of the day.
Please don't put this.
Please don't put this on. You know what? I did it. I'm sorry, but I did it. Sue me. I done did it. And now we're talking about it. And we're talking about the unleaded that you serve.
That costs nothing, apparently.
And it costs apparently nothing. There's nothing there. But I'll tell you what, guys, that is the end of our WTF Theater for this week. We're going to take a little bit of a brock. It's a little bit of a brock.
Ooh.
Yes, we're going to take a brock, and Tyra's going to inform you a little bit more about Australia, and then we're going to show some more of your pictures, and we will be back right after that with some horse sense. With Hoofy, are you ready for that, buddy?
I'm as ready as I ever am.
Well, then that means you're not ready. God damn it. That's See you on the other end of the break, guys.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Aussie Minute with Tyro Thunderdrone. Today we're going to be covering something very close to my heart/liver, Australia's drinking culture. Now, most people, when you conjure up a picture of Australia, will definitely see them drinking about as much as Germans and the Russians. And you know what? You're not far off the truth. In the list of countries that consume alcohol at a high volume, Australia is about 18th, so not too bad, with Russia coming in at number 4, and Germany actually down there in number 23rd spot. Now, alcohol's been in Australian culture since as far back as colonizations, in 1800s, where rum was actually given as part of wages for colonists. Side note, this led to a funny overthrow of the government in 1808 called the Rum Rebellion. Not even making this up, people, I might cover it for a future video. Where the government tried to tamper with the wages and rum, and obviously a bunch of drunk, pissed off workers is not good. But even after this incident, there's still been no nationwide prohibition of alcohol. Because I imagine when Australians sober up, the boomerang becomes much more efficient and deadly. However, it did pop up in regions of the continent from time to time, most notable of these being the early closing of liquor stores, around 6 PM. However, this didn't stop people, they just drank everything they were going to drink in one night, in 1 hour. Which led to the 6 o'clock swill. Now, beer didn't really rise to prominence until we conquered the Germans in World War II, and peaked in the 1960s, but ever since then, it's been on a steady decline in favour of wine of all things. Believe it or not, Australia is actually a very good wine country in its own right, makes apparently drier wines, but they're still good for their own reasons. I'm not a wine drinker, and nor am I fucking classy. Annual average consumption of alcohol did peak between 1974 and 1975, with the amount being 13.09 litres of alcohol per person. And I can't imagine why this would be. Oh, I know, because 10 years prior in 1965, Thomas Angove invented boxed wine. That's right, anybody who liked getting shit-faced on a budget, you're welcome. But even though Australians got a great selection of beers and wine, I'm just gonna say this right now, we don't fucking drink Foster's. Do not bring it up with me. That thing is piss water from what I hear anyway. If you do want to try a good Australian beer, Carlton Draft, Victoria Bitter, Cooper's Brewery, or James Boag, just off the top of my head, are much better than what you would think of when you drink Foster's. And if that doesn't work for you, there's always the wine, which you know, at least you can stay classy. This has been the Australian Minute with Tyro Thunderdrone. Take it easy, mates.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the break. By the way, you're curious where those pictures came from or where the segment came from, they came from you guys. You guys who actually watch this show. You want to send in pictures for the breaks? We put them in. If you want to send in a segment, then please do. I mean, send in a tryout, like a trial, or what do you call them? An audition.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's call it an audition. You have an idea for a trial. Send in an audition. You could be part of the 2 Cent Show, just like Tyro is. So, welcome back to 2 Cent Show. We're on to horse sense. And, Luffy, give us your common sense for this week. What have you noticed? Tell me what you've experienced.
I've noticed that I don't think people understand a very common thing about the body, about the human body. They have not learned a very special thing about it. Help me out here. Take your hand. Can you pass it through yourself? Can you pass it through?
Nope.
No, hold on. Let me test my tangibility here. Nope, that did not work. Here's the thing. People are not intangible. However, it seems that a lot of people have not learned this fact. And either that or just willingly rude. There's something I noticed. It's something I've noticed a lot, but something that happened to me just this past weekend when going out grocery shopping. There's a very limited space in those aisles, you know, when you're going down looking for your whatnot. People seem to think it's okay to put their cart on one side, themselves on the other, and just have a lengthy chat with another person, just completely blocking the whole aisle. So you can't get through. And then when you're like, excuse me, can I get this? Somebody, they either don't look at you, they try to pretend like you're not there. You know, it's like, well, we're not rude if we don't acknowledge them. Or is that somebody will look you up and down, just go back to what they're doing. It's like, I can't go through you. I mean, I could, but I mean that I get in trouble. But that's another common sense. 2 cent common sense is for 1.
Well, there you go. You know, I've seen people do that on the roads.
Yes.
Like stop and start waving at a car and they'll roll down their windows and they'll talk with somebody they know on the other side of the street.
Yep.
And you can't get through. And if you ignore them, you're a pussy. If you honk at them, you're an asshole.
Yep.
You know what? I choose asshole.
Absolutely.
Choose asshole. I'm sorry, but I admit to be an asshole.
I mean, if they're going to take common sense and logic and just throw them out the window, then guess what? my capacity for manners is going right out with it.
Yep.
My ability to have any respect for you is not retaining if you can't have respect for the people around you.
Well, Luffy, thank you so much for the common sense for this week. I agree with you completely. This time, and so far I have so far. There may be some time where I don't, but it ain't happened yet. So, except for that part where you told me that dicks don't belong in someone's ass, and that I don't agree with. I got to admit.
Sorry. Hey, look, it's common sense. It's horse sense. All right, you can't deny it.
Hey, some horses don't agree with that. I know plenty of them that don't agree with that. Unless, of course, they're the horses, because we know horses. Anyway, on to Dear Two Letters! Yes, Dear Two Letters. We got 2 Dear Two Letters today. Kind of pathetic. Kind of pathetic. Don't we have 2 of them? But we'll do them. Dear 2, I just noticed that the cover art doesn't seem to be Agent Elrond's handiwork anymore. This made me curious. Who is the new cover artist and what happened to Agent Elrond? Will we be seeing her art again on the 2 Cent Show? Vulpiciously yours, The Evil Fox. Okay, the artist that is taking care of the cover art right now, his name is Aquila. He is a right and proper German. We actually talked about this in a episode before. But yeah, he's a German artist who amazing guy, and he's very fast and he's really talented.
Or if you know, you may know him by his more common name, the Art Fiora.
Oh God. Yep. I'm glad that's amazing that you learned that. You can't speak German, but you know that. All right, that's a.
I don't know.
As to what happened to Agent Elrond, I'm going to try and be as nice as I can be here.
Is your tech neuron there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the tech neuron here.
Right.
She was amazing for years and years and years on end to the 2 Cent Show. She was amazing. I will never take that away from her. She made some awesome, amazing art for the 2 Cent Show. However, the most polite way I can describe it is that she kind of slid off into the SJW camp and took up this idea that I am a Nazi, and she will not talk to me anymore and will not have anything to do with me anymore. So that's why it's probably not a good idea to expect any more Agent Elrond art for this show.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, if do you have any thoughts?
I do, but I don't know if they're relevant. I'll just blurt it out because it's just one of those things. It's saddening that you can be personal friends with a person, you know each other, but then they hear something else about you and from somebody else
Who doesn't even know you.
Yep. And then suddenly that becomes a reality for some reason. And I don't know why that happens.
I don't know either, but it does seem to happen. Anyway, next letter. Good day to and the hoof of feathers. I have a new job, only 2 to 3 weeks in, and I already want to kill someone. There is one worker who insists on hoarding things at his work desks. And these things range from papers to tools to even buckets. Never mind someone else needs them or for something, and that they are sitting in this place or gathering dust. If you move them and don't use them and keep on moving, then he just moves it right back. How do I deal with this guy? This is from signed Taser Noodle. Do you have any ideas about this one?
I can sympathize. I had a coworker for a long time until he quit, who was very OCD. He had all the tools and he had places for them. I had to share a desk with this person. He at some point labeled all the spaces. It needs to go here. It needs to go here. And he would collect things that he needed, tools, hot air guns, etc. And then he would bring them to the desk we shared and then lock them in the cabinet that I did not have a key to. He did this all the time. At some point, you know what solved it? He quit.
Oh, well, there you go.
And suddenly, all the stuff that he had locked up is back distributed throughout the department.
Well, that would be actually, that's my solution, is what I would suggest, is to take this stuff that you need for your job and put it in a place that he either doesn't know where it is or it's locked up and he can't get to it.
Now, I would have to ask if Taser Noodle has spoken to his supervisor or HR about it.
That would be a thing. That might be the first place to go. Is hey, this guy's hoarding stuff that we need.
Yeah, if you present it as I can't do my job because, then they usually listen to that.
Yeah. That would be a good place to go. If they don't listen,
they listen to?
What?
They also listen to extreme violence because they'll notice that. You come in there, start swinging a bat because you're pissed. They'll take notice.
If you set the place on fire.
Oh yes.
If you set the place on fire, then they will notice that. They just toss a match somewhere in, a bucket of like oily rags. That's something that they will notice. And they'll say, why did you do that? And then all eyes are on you. And your lawyer and the judge and everybody else will be listening directly to you before you go to jail. So, there you'll get your point out at least.
This person's name is Taser Noodle. Could use a taser.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He's like, hey, where's that bucket? Oh, I hid it over here so I can use it.
Oh, man. Anyway, hey, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. If you want to send in to Dear 2 Letter, send it to dear2letters@hotmail.com. It's in the description and it's up on the screen right now. And we'd love to read your letters. We'd love to answer your letters. And for now, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more 2 cents for you. But before that happens, you need to go to my Patreon and sign up to be one of my producers for just $5 a month. Less than the price of taking a shit in Poland. You can get the full version of 2 cents on your show, which is about, I'd say maybe usually another hour, sometimes at least another 45 minutes of show. Plus a lot of other perks. You also get an MP3 download of every show. If you do this for $5 a month, it helps me, it helps the channel, it helps us to create more like this show. So, there you go for that. But for everyone else who's watching, thank you so much for tuning into our show this week. We loved having you here. Awesome. And we will see you again next week on the 2 Cent Show, where I will clean the ball sweat off of my balls and I will sniff it in front of your face. Thank you guys and see you next week. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay. Yeah, it was actually hard this week to get some good funny news stories because everything was tragic this week. I mean, there was the with the Notre Dame. Nostradamus. No, Notre Dame. Whoa, it's a real show now. It's both of us did it.
It's a real patron exclusive show now.
It is. Hey,
Yeah.
patrons, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi. This part's only for you.
Hello
This
to my
part-
patrons. Hello to his patrons. Hello to our patrons.
This part, for now, the whole show's for you, but,
Yeah.
except for maybe some on Twitter. I've been releasing it kind of just to get some ideas of some feedback, but,
Well, it's just that last one, wasn't it?
yeah, just the last one. I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
do this one as well.
Okay.
But not this part.
no.
Not this part. This part's always for patrons. And
This is the part where we get naked.
oh yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna get naked for you,
It is
And,
sexy
um,
sense.
and you're gonna be like, no, God, don't stop, please, no.
Only patrons get to watch my cellulite flap about.
Oh boy, that's hot, hot. Mm-hmm.
It's all sweaty and just rolling around.
And just
I just grossed myself out.
my God, let me tell you something. My last boyfriend, he was a little bit overweight, and he was a very white person. And when he was sleeping naked, I mean his butt, it looked like a white lava flow. It was some crazy shit. But I'm like, you know what? I love him, so I'm gonna ignore that.
I don't remember being your boyfriend.
Oh God, I love you. Oh man. Anyway, guys,
see,
hey,
more
so here
proof.
we are on the patron part of this. I don't know. I'm hungry as hell. So after this, I'm gonna get some food.
I think the only food I have that'll hold me over till stuff I got to get done is cupcakes.
Well, eat some cupcakes. Well, and what kind were they? Yeah, I mean, on your stream, you're always telling people what kind of stuff, what kind of noms. So come on.
It is strawberry cupcake. The cake is strawberry. I've got ourselves a nice dark chocolate piped frosting on top.
Did you name it ugly?
No, I named it.
Okay, good. Then you're not racist. Okay,
what
you're
I
not
named it.
racist then. As long as you didn't name some dark candy ugly, then you're not racist, apparently. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
I don't get it.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it's time for your holidays. We're going to go and tell you the holidays are coming up this next week so you can be aware and celebrate this stuff. We got some good ones. We do. I think some that you'll like, and I think some that you patrons will like. Monday, first of all, I'm just going to leave it at this. There was plenty of them on Monday, but I want to emphasize this one, okay? Monday is Earth Day.
It's what day?
Earth Day.
Oh, Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day.
Huh.
So,
I kind of
Now-
forgot about that holiday.
yeah, I mean, even if you don't normally think about it, try and just remember the idea that, look, we're all of it. Whether we disagree, no matter what religion we are, no matter what ideology we have, we're all still on this one ball of dirt here.
Yes.
And we kind of need to be aware of that. So maybe recycle some things that you wouldn't normally recycle, or take a little bit of extra effort. Pick up a garbage and throw it in the garbage can, something. Just for one day. I mean, probably won't be much help, but it'll be something. So there you go.
Did you ever go to an elementary school where they tried to turn that into an actual holiday?
Earth
Like
Day?
a celebratable holiday?
No,
I did.
no.
They actually
mine was too early.
Mine was like, come in wearing, earth colors and, and things to recycle.
What am I supposed to roll around in mud and then come into school?
Oh, no, like like wear shirts and stuff that were like earth colors, yellows, oranges, browns,
Mud.
greens.
Yeah, okay. Well, green, blue, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I kind of get that. Anyway, Tuesday is I know you're going to appreciate this one. I am too. National Cherry Cheesecake Day. Not
Yes!
kidding. Not kidding. It is that we got to do it. Got to do it. Got to celebrate that.
That's because that is the best dessert of all desserts.
Well, not quite. Wait for Sunday. Wait for Sunday. Wednesday, however. National Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Damn it! The one week I didn't buy that shit.
I don't know how many of you guys out there, and especially some of you guys who are not from the U.S., you've never had pigs in a blanket. Look it up. Figure out how to make it. It is so good, especially when they use the cheese on the inside of the. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so good.
Yep.
It's amazing. Now Thursday is World Penguin Day. So, if you know a penguin, and I know one, I know Operin.
Yeah.
If you know a penguin in the Fur Phantom, on Thursday, go and say, hey, I celebrate you today and all your penguinness because it is World Penguin Day. Waddle around, flap those little unflightless arms, and pretend like you're a real bird. And you know what? I'll celebrate that even though you're not a real bird and you can die. So
on Thursday, they are the Penguino Supreme.
Penguinos. Oh God, that sounds like I'm picturing a street gang. The Penguinos. They will cut you.
Do you remember Short Circuit 2?
Yes.
Penguinos kick your face. Penguinos kick your ass.
Oh,
Penguinos pick your balls into outer space.
Oh God. I'm picturing just this section of town where there's a bunch of penguins walking around with switchblades. It's like, don't go over there. That's the penguinos. The penguinos are over there, my friend. You don't want to go over the penguinos. Anyway, Friday. Oh, it's a real patron thing now.
Right.
Okay, Friday, lots of them. But I picked this one. National Hug a Friend Day.
Oh.
Because I honestly think that we need to do that. That's something that we don't do often enough. We don't hug a friend often enough.
Nah.
So, let's do National Hug a Friend Day, and that, this isn't hard. It's not a hard thing to do. Just hug a friend. Even if it's an animal friend. I will.
Yes.
If Tallyhawk is not around, I will hug Noodle. I mean, he's a friend. He's my friend. Yeah. I will hug him. He will probably be very confused, but I will do it anyway. He may bite me for that, but I don't know. I'm just going to do it anyway. Anyway, Saturday, National Day of Puppetry.
Ooh.
Now,
I like this.
I picked this one for you because I know you like Jim Henson. And
that's the understatement of the century.
Well, I mean, hey, let's talk about the Poppet show that happens on Sunday. They've been doing that show for fucking 25 years.
Did they come back?
Oh yeah, they came back. They're totally back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're totally back. They're totally doing it now. Yeah, every weekend.
No one told me this shit.
Yeah, they came back like a year ago.
Last I heard, they did this somber farewell. Oh, it's been so many years, but we gotta go.
They did, and that somber farewell lasted for about 3 months, and they came right back. They did this, like, seriously.
Wow.
So they're totally back every week. Yeah. But finally, Sunday. Are you ready for this one?
You've been hyping it.
National Blueberry Pie Day. Don't even hump me. Blueberry pie is the best pie. That is the best ever pie.
But it's not better than cheesecake.
Yes it is.
You are right.
It just
Blueberry
is.
pie is the best pie.
It's the best. Any pie is better than cheesecake. I mean,
No,
I'm not saying
cheesecake
I
is
like
better
cheesecake.
than
Okay,
pie.
cheesecake it's got this slimy consistency. It's I can slip my dick into it. It's fine. That's
Slimy?
great. But yeah, it does.
kind
It
of
does. But
cheesecake are you even
blueberry
having?
pie. Would you rather stick your dick into a cheesecake or a blueberry pie? I mean, come on.
Cheesecake.
No.
Yep.
You horse. You damn horse. Well, maybe it's just if they'd make a cheesecake big enough, I'm sure you would. Jesus.
I'm not gonna. Hey, am I sitting here denying it? No, I'm not.
Those are your holidays for this upcoming week. And now we're gonna go to This Week in History, and I have a thing to announce here. I've been saying it kind of wrong. Yeah, because at first we were doing This Week in History. We were doing what happened over this week in history.
Oh.
But last week it changed, and I didn't note the change.
Oh.
We're doing the same thing as with the holidays. We're doing what's happening next week in history.
Oh.
So because
okay.
it seems kind of counterproductive to let people know what already happened that they didn't celebrate.
Right.
So now we're going to tell people what's coming up that they can celebrate or mourn or whatever. Because the next week in history is actually, it's kind of both. Bit of both.
Yeah.
In 2011, okay?
Okay. All right.
The largest tornado outbreak on Earth hit the U.S.
I just like the wording of that. The tornado outbreak.
Yep.
Sounds like a disease.
No, it actually. I'm surprised you don't remember it. If you
I also
lived in
don't.
Ohio, you were probably in the middle of it.
Oh, wait. I do. Okay. I do. I know what you're talking about.
I was in
now.
Arkansas, and I sure as fuck remember it. I remember
do.
tornadoes going through my town.
Well, I'm lucky that Ohio, at least where I'm in the more upper portion of it, so we don't see a lot of tornadoes. When we do, it's sort of like, oh shit, that's an unusual sight. But
Okay. Well, in 2001, and this was one I didn't even know about, okay?
okay.
Dennis Tito, a billionaire, okay,
Okay.
from California, became the first space tourist in history
In 2001?
in 2001.
Huh.
He is a billionaire. He actually hired a Russian Soyuz capsule to fly him up to the ISS and spent a week there as a tourist.
I know what you're talking about now. Oh, I do remember this.
I admire this guy so much. But it's just a shame that he had to have that much money to be able to do it, you know? I want to be able to pay as much as I can for a plane trip and go up to the ISS. I would love that.
Yes.
In 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope was launched.
Really?
The Hubble was launched on yeah.
I always thought that was before my lifetime. I didn't
No,
realize it was
no.
actually, I was alive.
Yeah, you were alive. Well, and
Wow.
they found out the mirrors were bad, and then of course they got the shuttle out there, and they fixed it, and then
I do
everything
remember
was
that.
great. Yeah. Well, now 1986. This is before you, right?
No, I'd be about 3-4 years old now.
3-4 years old. Well, when you were 3 or 4 years old, guess what happened next week?
Next week. Oklahoma City?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Yeah, the Chernobyl disaster happened.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's gonna be next week. So yeah, that's
We're still paying.
that was they're still saying that was the worst nuclear disaster in American history. Well, the worst accidental nuclear disaster in in the world history. The worst nuclear disaster, if you ask me, was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But that was on purpose. So,
Well,
that's different.
Well, I mean, we're just talking nuclear plants. What about that one in Japan where the tsunami hit it and caused it to go into total meltdown?
Fukushima.
Was that Fukushima?
Fukushima, and
okay.
that wasn't as bad as Chernobyl.
Okay.
It was bad.
Well, no.
It was bad. It really was. But not as bad as Chernobyl. Now, a year earlier, 1985.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the disaster that ends all disasters. Are you ready for this?
Okay, I'm prepared.
Coca-Cola released New Coke. Yeah. Yep. That's good. That's coming up. Yep. Uh-huh. Now, in 1945, neither of us were alive. However, what happened next week in 1945 was Adolf Hitler admitted defeat in World War II. So it was technically officially over. I think it was only a few days later that he actually killed himself. And next week in 1810.
Ooh, wow, going back away.
Yeah, Ludwig van Beethoven composed for Elise.
Oh.
Yep. That happened this coming week in 1810, for God's sake. So, yeah.
Don't ever let your disabilities stop you from doing what you want to do.
Well, now
Man, wasn't he deaf?
He wasn't deaf all his life. He was deaf for part of it.
Oh, okay.
For the last part of it, but because he'd heard so many things and was able to compose through what he did here, once he went deaf, he was still able to compose. And that is just amazing. Just amazing to me.
He would have like knowledge of like musical theory and what the notes should sound like. And
exactly.
All that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Musical theory is crazy too, by the way. I took it. I wanted to know it when I was becoming a metal musician, and it is math. It is absolutely mathematical. It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it. It's so crazy. But one of these days I'll do a series on it on one of my channels. But anyway, going on to dumb laws, we're going to California.
California.
And number one, a man can't go outside while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match.
They turned fashion police into a real thing.
This is California. What do you think?
Oh my God.
What do you think? Of course. Now,
God damn it.
a lot of these laws are on the books, but there's probably no policeman that will enforce it and no prosecutor that will prosecute it. But they are laws that are still on the books. Number two, one must obtain a permit from the city to throw hay in a cesspool.
Specific?
Very
You don't need a permit to throw hay in a ditch.
One must obtain a permit to stick your dick into a cow on Friday on Main Street after 10:42 p.m. It's very, very specific. This one is.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Will the hay make it stink worse?
I don't know where they came up with this bullshit. Number three, bowling on the sidewalk is illegal. So apparently people were doing that. They were bowling on the sidewalk.
I want to see that.
I want to see it too.
Because I want to know who's stopping the ball, that 9 to 15 pound ball.
Yeah,
from rolling down the
setting back up the pins. Did they just get a homeless guy to set back up the pins? What are they doing? It's like, number four, women may not wear high heels while in the city limits.
What city?
That doesn't say. So, I don't know. But that's one that they don't enforce, obviously.
I mean, really, that's dumb. I mean, what?
That's dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what? Jesus. Katy Perry would be a fucking multiple felon by now. Jesus Christ. Number 5, it is illegal to own a green or smelly animal hide. Now, I want to know, okay, green is obvious, but I want to know who determines the smelly.
Yeah.
Do they get OSHA to come in and smell the? Well, I have determined that this is smelly.
I mean, don't all animal hides have a bit of a stank to them? I mean, every animal has a bit of a stank. It's just
They
a
do.
greater or lesser degree.
They do. I don't understand that one. I don't get it. Number 6. Now, this is a good rule,
Okay.
but it's sad they had to make it.
Oh, God.
Persons may not sleep on a road.
Good goddamn law!
Good rule, but it's really sad that California had to make this law that you can't sleep, because apparently there were a lot of people sleeping on the goddamn roads.
And California is another one of them states that really suffers from homelessness, doesn't it?
Dude, I lived in California for 7 years,
Yeah.
and I've been all around the world. Living in California was like living in a different country entirely. It may as well be its own. It's not like the rest of the U.S. It really is not. It's a completely different place, and yeah, they've got a big homeless problem. In fact, I believe that Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I read this, the homeless population in Los Angeles alone
Okay.
is 75,000 people.
Jesus,
It's like
fuck.
enough to populate a whole big town, and they're homeless in Los Angeles. So it's pretty insane.
That's
And
sad.
it's all run by liberals. Wow, what does that tell you? Holy shit. Okay, not that I'm saying far right wing things are any better, but I'm just wanting to point it out. By the way,
you did.
number 7, driving a herd of cattle down a street is against the law. Fucking men. I'm going to applaud that is a law that needs to be adopted. I don't know why that's a strange law. That shouldn't be a strange law. I mean, there were times I lived in Oklahoma, Arkansas. I've got to slow down because some fucking farmer has got his tractor and he's driving his sheep down the goddamn highway.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I live in Ohio.
That
We
should
get the
not
same
be
shit
allowed.
here.
Yeah, that should not be legal.
Nope.
And in California, it's not. This is one I'm going to applaud here. Anyway,
Absolutely.
number 8. It's illegal to plant a garden in any public street.
How would... How... Now,
I
correct me if
how-
I'm wrong here.
I'm not
Streets
sure.
are made of concrete, right?
The blacktop. How are you gonna?
Yeah.
So it's illegal, basically, to dig up blacktop on a street and plant a garden there.
I would hope so.
Well, but why does this have to be a law? Well, why does that have to be a law? What?
Maybe one day somebody just got really mad. They were like, that water hole has not been filled in months. I'm going to make a garden out of it.
Well, okay. Now I know what I'm gonna add to this.
Okay.
And this is just from personal experience, because I knew a dude. And this is when I lived in California, and there's a law in California that your lawn must be green.
Yes, we got that here too.
Okay, well, this one guy I knew, they had to make a law in the particular town he lived in just because of him.
God.
Because he plowed up his lawn, he was tired of the weeds, he was tired of it, and he concreted over the whole thing and painted it all green.
I have heard of people doing that.
And they had to make a law that says, okay, wait a minute. We didn't mean that it just had to be green. Now they've got rules for grass and the length of grass.
Yeah.
And they're being lawn Nazis, and it's, oh my God. Anyway, number 9, get this. Detonating a nuclear device within the city limits results in a $500 fine.
What?
Yeah. That's on the books. You detonate a nuclear device, you get fined $500.
Hypothetically speaking, can I pay that in advance?
I've got $500.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, can I just go and just wreck fucking Los Angeles and just like, here's your $500 and I'd be fine? Can I do that?
Please?
That would be nice. Number 10, finally, the last one of the day.
Okay.
Men who wear mustaches are forbidden from kissing girls.
Well, I would hope that men with mustaches would be, or men with or without mustaches would be forbidden from kissing girls. That's gross.
Why? What? No, but hey, there are some girls who are into mustaches.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit of an age gap there. You don't kiss women. Don't kiss girls. I mean, come on.
Well, women, girls, females. Jesus, come on. Don't turn this into a sex crime. Jesus.
But that is weird. I mean, first off, the wording of that, how is that? I mean, I'm questioning, do they mean like when you say wear a mustache, like the fake mustache that you could wear, or?
I guess just anybody with a mustache cannot kiss females. But obviously that's not something they're going to enforce, but it's on the books, you know? I don't know where it came from. Well,
I would like
I'll
to
tell
see
you
a
what,
cop who sees. Okay.
we're going to patron party, but and we did have a patron party this week. We did.
Ooh.
However, we're not going to do it. And the reason why, it's my fault. And the reason why is because it was a patron of mine from Finland.
Okay.
Who wanted us to pronounce certain, like this list of words.
Oh.
This list of Finnish words. But the problem is, I would need to put that up on the screen for other people to see, and I didn't anticipate that there would be a graphic that I'd need for patron party, so it's not there. So we're gonna come back to this one next week. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same one next week.
Okay,
I'll have it ready, and we'll do it. And these words, my God, man. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But either way, sorry about that. That was my fault entirely. But we're gonna move on to Love It or Shove It.
Okay.
And you go first, my hoofy friend.
Okay, well, my first love it because I love it. You know, I always like to pick on Epic because they're Epic Game Store.
Yes, you do.
When they go like, we have this brand new feature, a search bar.
Hey, give me a break.
I'm gonna pick on Nintendo a little bit.
Well, okay. Well, before you pick on Nintendo, let me at least say my piece about Epic. Okay.
Okay. All right.
When I have a game service that I'm playing games, I don't give a single fuck about social media. I don't give a fuck about search shit. All I want to do is start the thing up and play a goddamn game. So right now, Epic Media for me, I have no complaints. I know there are some people who do, and you know what? We'll have our disagreements on that. You and me, Foofy, we're gonna have our but you know what? We're still friends, and please God, let's do that for the rest of us. Let's not get all crazy and be like, oh, we're enemies now because we can't agree on Epic. Okay, we're all friends here.
Yes.
That's just my take on it, and I will leave that there, and Hoopy, you continue. Go ahead.
Well, I have my take, but it would take a while, so we're just going to move on. This is the Love It section anyway. So I'm going to pick on Nintendo a little bit because it took them 2 years to learn how to let us sort games in our library on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yes. Finally, they did that.
Yes. Along with a neat little zoom feature and other little minor tweaks and adjustments. But it's like 2 years to add a little thing in the corner that lets you sort by title, by publisher, by most recently played, and by the amount of times you played it.
Oh yeah, that's finally, that's a good thing. Well, my first love it for the week, I don't know how many of you know this, but Uber got a $1 billion investment for their self-driving cars. Now, I am all about, I know there's some people that are out there that are like, no, I don't do self-driving. I think they're going to be safer than when people are driving them. What people don't know, and that I know, is that airplanes, every air flight you take is practically a self-driving air flight.
They just need the pilot to land and take it off.
No, they don't.
Oh, they don't?
They don't.
Oh, that's what I heard. Yeah.
No, nobody takes it off and lands it. The only reason the people are in the cockpit is in case of an emergency, in case of something unusual. The planes that you're on, they take off, fly, and land completely autonomously. They don't do anything. Nobody does anything unless there's an emergency. Now, I'm betting that there's going to be a time here in our near future, in my lifetime, where people don't own cars really much anymore, unless it's like some kind of old style classic, hang on the wall piece, like an old Trans Am or something. People are going to just be calling up these automated cars to bring them where they want. And I'm giving this a love it. I want to see this go through. I would love this to happen.
They're making the things from Total Recall. The Bobby cabs or whatever the fuck they were called.
By the way, do you recognize that guy? The taxi, the automated taxi cab driver.
Yeah.
Johnny Cab. I'm Johnny Cab.
Yeah, Johnny Cab. Thank you.
Do you recognize that?
I recognize it, but I can't place it. My brain is saying, you know this, you asshole.
Okay.
But I can't.
Go back and listen to the Johnny Cab voice. That
I'm hearing it. I hear it clearly in my head.
Yes. That's the doctor from Voyager.
It is.
It absolutely is. That is the Johnny Cab.
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
Yes. Please state your destination. That is the same fucking dude. By the way, do you know who else is that same dude?
Who?
You remember the guy in The Howling who went, I want to give you a piece of my mind, and he pulled a piece of bullet out of his brain and then turned into a werewolf?
I've never seen The Howling.
That is the doctor from Voyager as well. He's been in a lot of classic places. So anyway, moving on. Your next like, what?
My next love it is, we created zombie pigs!
Oh my goodness. Well, you're going to be surprised about this. Go ahead.
Okay. We actually, some scientists, I'm obviously exaggerating. It's a joke. It's like the headline you see everywhere.
Yes.
But they've actually, to a degree, have actually restarted portions of dead pig brains. Which is ooh, that actually, now do I want zombies? No, I don't want zombies, but that actually is interesting as we further our exploration, of our knowledge of how the brain works and what we can do with it.
Well, now, let's be open with the audience here, because this is not just like a thing where, a pig was killed and then just immediately brought back to life. Because I read this as well. These pig brains, they were from a slaughterhouse, and they started regenerating brain cells after 3 hours. 3 hours of being dead. Now that's unprecedented. That's an unprecedented thing, is to be able to, bring. Well, they didn't bring him back to life, mind you. No. But they did regenerate some brain cells after 3 hours of being dead. That is a major scientific breakthrough.
That is amazing. That's awesome. So that's my other love. What do you got?
Okay, my other love it is Amazon launched a free ad-supported music service for Alexa.
Huh.
Shit. I just had to turn her off. Sorry if I activated anybody's, I'm going to say Erlixers? Erlixers. There. Because if I say Erlixer, it won't work. It'll, okay. So, yeah, there is a new music service that they've made for Erlixer. And, before, you could say, Erlixer, play me, some 80s metal. Or play me some jazz. Or play me some play. And she would pick the thing. But now, you can actually say, hey, play me this song from this artist, and she will do it, and it's free.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I was about to ask, is this like an Amazon Prime thing?
Well, with Amazon Prime, yes. But even with just regular subscribers, it's ad-supported. So they can still get it, but they'll just get ads.
Right.
So I think that's I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. I love it. That's cool.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Double thumbs up. I give it as well.
So what is your first shove it, dude?
My first shove it is the last Chevy Cruze made in the Lordstown plant here in Ohio came off the assembly line before they stopped making anything at that plant. Because good old Trumpy had to make sure it
had to go overseas, right?
Yep.
Even though he's supposed to be like bringing jobs back to America, he probably sent it to fucking China, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now, there we go.
And it pisses me off. It's sad. I mean, that was the Lordstown plant over here. It's one of those things. It's like everyone, no matter if you live within 100 miles of it, everyone knows. Oh, the Lordstown plant. Yeah, the Lordstown plant. But I got family members who worked there, and they're out of a job now.
Well, you know, there's some people who are local stuff, who have gained jobs because of Trump, and some people who have lost because of Trump. My personal opinion is that. What about them? Big toe.
That's a good opinion. That was a fantastic one. I agree. X gets the square.
You fool! I think that Trump is not the best president in the world, but God damn it! Now I'm sneezing. Why?
I disagree.
He's not the best president. He's not a good president. But in my life, I've lived through several presidents who were not good, and honestly, he is not taking the cake for the very worst president. He's done some good things, and he's done some bad things. But everybody seems to make him out to be the devil, but this is the way it's gone since I've been alive. Every president that is elected, some side is going to say it's the worst president that has ever existed, and they've said that about every president I've been through in my entire 50-year tenure on this ball of fucking dirt. Okay? It's every fucking time.
But you also gotta admit, though, some of them have been more fun than the others. Like, let's go back. I mean, we can look back on it now. At the time, George W. Bush, it's like, worst president I've ever lived through. Looking back at it now, it was actually kind of fun.
Getting
on stage to listen to him talk.
We're gonna look back on Trump, I think, and think, well, he was kind of fun. Because he says stupid shit. He says stupid shit that really people should just be laughing at. But they're just and I think they're not laughing at it because they think this is the end of the world. It's not the end. Guys out there, listen to me. Okay, let me just for a second. Any of you out there, I'm sure there's plenty out there listening to me that are right wing that understand that we're just going through this kind of hop here. You probably understand that Trump is not the greatest guy ever, but he's funny. But there may be some left-wingers out there that are concerned about, the climate, about the presidency, and there are people that are telling you, and there are, that this is the last generation, that we're gonna die. All of us, we're gonna die in 12 years. That this is. The world's gonna blow up. It's gonna be nuclear war. Guys, calm down. Trust me. I'm nearly a 50-year-old man. Just calm calm down. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna live a long life. You're gonna meet a wife or a husband. You're gonna have you're gonna be fine. Trust me, I've seen this same bullshit throughout my entire life. Do you know how long people have been saying that these are the end times? These are the end days. Do you know how long in my life they've been saying that? All of it, okay? Every single year. It's not any different this year. Guys, don't believe it. Just go on with your lives. Please don't give this any concern, okay? Just be yourselves, do what you do, and go on with your lives and forget what the stupid media is trying to get you to be scared of, or the politicians are to get you to be scared of. Just go on with your lives and be people. I swear to God, it will benefit you if you just drop all this shit and just be a person. That's my say here right now. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, it goes both ways. It doesn't matter who's president. If it's Republican, you got Democrats who are like, it's the end times. It's the end times.
Obama. Okay, Obama was the end times.
You get Democrats in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get Democrats in. All of a sudden, the Republicans are like, it's the end times. It's the end times.
Obama was the end times. Obama was the end times. Mm-hmm. And then before that, Clinton was the end times. Oh God, Bush was the end times. When I was growing up, when I was growing up, fucking Carter was the end times. Carter, oh, this is the end times. He's gonna do this. He's gonna take away our things. It's happened all the time ever since I was alive. Don't worry about it. Calm down. Just calm down. It's fine.
Press F for the Ohio Lordstown Chevy plant.
There you go. Now, where were we?
Your first shove it.
My first shove it was the Galaxy folds are already falling apart.
You did what?
Okay, you saw. I don't know if you saw this or not. Galaxy, the phones. Samsung.
Oh, phones. Okay, I'm sorry. I heard something else.
Yeah, the Galaxy phones made by Samsung.
Okay.
They introduced this thing where they had this fold-out phone, this flexible thing that you could fold out. Well, they just started shipping out to people, and within the first day, the screens are breaking. They're like $1,100, and the first day, the screens are breaking. Now, I wanted to wait. I wanted one of these things, but I was going to wait to see what happened. And apparently this is what's happening. So, they're expensive. And I'm going to shove that because apparently they didn't give it the testing that it deserved.
And now people are all over again.
Now people are shit out of luck. So, yeah, there you go.
Remember that?
Pardon me.
Remember the old iPhone 3 where they're like, that's because you're not holding it right. You gotta hold it in our approved manner.
Oh yeah, 3 feet away from your face. Yeah.
And holding it with this weird claw formation.
I'm coughing a lot right now.
I've noticed.
I don't know why.
What's your next shove it? Well, my next shove it is Capcom of UK. For those who know the game company Capcom, they proudly unveiled this monstrosity. You know, we got the new thing right now is all those mini consoles, the SNES Mini, the NES Mini, the PlayStation Mini. You know,
yes,
mini consoles that have 40 games on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Capcom decided to make what they call the home arcade. It is 2 joysticks with 6 buttons each on this giant Capcom logo. A huge monstrosity that they are selling for £200.
What?
Or no, it's €200, £230, and it's only in UK and Western Asian territories.
What?
And it comes with a whole 16 games on it.
Whoa! 16!
16!
So I'm signing up, 16!
Yeah!
16!
I mean, some of them are games that have never left arcades before, like Aliens vs. Predator, that old beat 'em up that was amazing.
Yeah, remember that.
It never left arcades. This is the first time
hey,
ever.
you know what? That doesn't matter because 16!
16!
Yeah, 16! Yep. Oh, God. Well,
It's stupid.
doomed to failure. I'm thinking doomed to failure.
I hope so, because it's dumb.
Well, my last shove it, and I'm sure this is not the first time this will happen.
Oh, okay.
Pig zombies. My last thing is pig zombies. They actually were trying to resurrect, they were putting chemicals into the brains of dead pigs and, kind of resurrecting some of their cells, right?
Yep.
Now, I see a problem with this.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And my problem with this is that if they're going to resurrect, if they're going to, move this into a kind of a medical field where they're going to start introducing this to people who have died. And they're going to wake up these zombie brain damaged people and say, well, at least we saved their lives. You know what? Maybe they should have just been dead. Maybe they just should have rather been off dead. So I don't. You may still think it's a love it, but maybe you can at least see where I'm giving it a shove it.
I can see that being a possibility. I can see some people doing that.
Possibility.
But even in the story, they never really resurrected the
No, they
pigs.
didn't. They didn't. But they did. In the story I read, they said, this could go very far towards human, towards human things, towards human medicine. To where if somebody dies after an hour, we could resurrect them and hey, you know what? They may be autistic, they may be brain damaged, but they'll still be alive. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe you should just, maybe when people die and they're dead for an hour or more, you should just leave them dead. Maybe we should just leave it dead.
I agree with that, but
so that's why I'm shoving this.
Well, the reason why I'm loving, I actually put it in the love it column is because the story I read was they were postulating, what if someone gets an injury where a portion of their brain is dead? They're not dead people, but a portion is dead, and they can use that to resurrect that portion of the brain.
Well, as long as that's all they use it for, then I'm okay with that. But that could get pretty scary, though. You got to admit.
Oh, I admit it. Yeah, I'm absolutely. You're right. It can. Let's just hope it don't.
Well, yeah. Let's hope it don't. Either way, guys. Listen. Thank you for tuning into the show. We got to take off. If you want to send in a Dear to letter or a picture for the breaks or a Patreon party, then please send it to dear2letters@hotmail.com. I'm going to put that up there on the screen. You'll be able to see that right now. Guys, we got to end the show right now. I have a recording session coming up, and Hoofy you've got a live stream coming up.
Yes, I do.
Which, by the way, I hope you guys watch. Yeah, if you go to twitch.com/featherloaf.
Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
.tv.
Yep, .tv. Yep, he does a stream all the time, and he keeps me company at night, so I'm happy about that. But we're going to take off for now. Guys, thank you so much for joining us with the show tonight, and we will see you again next week on the 2 Cent Show.